Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Warcraft Rumble was launched 1 month ago, so now it's a good time to check how did Rumble do in its first month. And because it was launched at the start of November and now it's December, we're able to see from Sensor Tower data the results from the previous month, because with a free Sensor Tower account you can see how all the games have been doing in the previous month, but nothing else really. So now we have November figures, and the November figures, according to Sensor Tower for Rumble, look like this. On iOS, Rumble had 2 million downloads and brought in $9 million in revenue, whereas on Android it had 3 million downloads and $7 million in revenue, for a total of 5 million downloads and $16 million in revenue. Well, is this good or is this bad? Let's take a look at some comparisons. The first point of comparison is naturally Blizzard's other mobile title, Diablo Immortal, although there are some significant differences because Diablo Immortal was actually developed in China and Rumble was developed by Blizzard itself. But anyway, in its first month, Diablo Immortal was downloaded 10 million times and it earned 49 million. And this was also without China because the launch in China was delayed by a month, so these are perfect comparable numbers to Rumble. Rumble also has not been released in China. So Diablo Immortal was downloaded twice as much and it earned 3 times as much as Rumble. Yeah, that's not great news for Rumble. As for Diablo Immortal's current figures, in November 2023, Diablo Immortal was downloaded 200,000 times and it earned 7 million. So obviously Rumble was doing much better than that at least, but not the same kind of launch hype. What about the original tower defense attack game Clash Royale? In its first month, Clash Royale earned $133 million, compared to that 60 million of Rumble. Okay, that's a lot more. In November 2023, Clash Royale was downloaded 3 million times, compared to Rumble's 5 million, and Clash Royale earned 19 million, which is still more than Rumble's launch month of 16 million. And that's for a game that was released in 2016, so Clash Royale has really shown that it stands the test of time and it just keeps earning money. I also looked into the general strategy mobile game market for November 2023, and the way I compiled this data was that I looked into each of these top games on both Android and iOS, because Sensor Tower reports the numbers separately, and then I added them together and then I compiled the top list. So these are top 15 mobile strategy games per revenue according to Sensor Tower data. Number 1 is Whiteout Survival with 39 million, then Pokemon Go 38 million, PUBG Mobile 33 million. Yeah, strategy. Strategy is a flexible concept. But we do have games that are comparable to Rumble here as well. We have Clash of Clans at 27 million, we have Evony at 24 million, Age of Origins 21, Puzzles and Survival 20, Clash Royale at 19 million, Warcraft Rumble coming in at number 9 overall of all mobile strategy games with 16 million in revenue, and it is earning more than games like Raid Shadow Legends at 15 million, Rise of Kingdoms at 15 million, Lords Mobile at 12 million for example, and many others that were even below 10 million like Star Trek Fleet Command or Marvel Snap or games like this. So looking at this chart, alright, it was a top 10 earning strategy game on mobile in November, but of course that was Rumble's launch month, and launch months are typically quite good. So this doesn't exactly bode great for Rumble, but it doesn't necessarily bode ill either. Because even while all developers obviously wish for a great launch, and great launch, lots of money pouring in is fun to have and useful to have for the continuation of the game, but a good launch is not decisive for a game's long-term success. For example, one of the highest earning games right now, Ebony, for example, it was not an instant hit. It just grew over time. Also, lifetime earnings are something completely different than just first-month earnings. Clash Royale, for example, has earned more than $4 billion in its lifetime. So that is in some ways a positive sign, because Rumble is a similar game to Clash Royale, and Clash Royale has shown that the game is still going strong after 7 years. So this is a genre that has potential to succeed in the long term. So your first month doesn't dictate your overall success. Also, if you compare Warcraft Rumble to mobile games that have not been successes, Warcraft Rumble is actually doing quite alright. For example, Supercell cancelled a game called Clash Quest. Clash Quest was live for 18 months, during which it earned 4 million. And Rumble earned 16 million in its first month, so okay, that's really not comparable. Then we have Clash Mini from Supercell. That's been slowly expanding in soft launch for the last 2 years, still hasn't quite found the formula. So while Rumble has not been a smash hit, it has not been a catastrophic failure by any means either. Obviously, as a content creator for Rumble and as a fan of Rumble, I really like playing Rumble a lot. I would wish that the game would succeed and do great and be like the most popular game in the world. That doesn't currently look like it's in the cards. So Rumble's launch has been probably mediocre, but it hasn't been bad. So it doesn't look like Rumble is in any sort of risk of being cancelled or just doing so worse that it would be dying. But we'll see what Blizzard can come up with in the coming months to make Rumble even better success. And next month will be really interesting to see, because the first month, of course, the launch month, there is a bit of hype generated. There is some additional income typically in the first month. Some games are able to progress from there and earn more in the coming months, but for most games, even for Clash Royale, the next months were much worse than the initial first month. But I'll let you know about that in 1 month's time, and meanwhile, I'm going to enjoy playing some Rumble. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.